to get cellular or not to get cellular. So the Apple Watch isn't even in the top 5 of overall running watches, but I would say it's undoubtedly the number 1 smartwatch. So when you combine running plus smartwatch, it becomes top 3. But pretty much no other popular option besides the Apple Watch has cellular. So as a runner, should you get cellular or just stick to GPS? If you have the money, go cellular, if not GPS. But I'll explain everything in more detail. So the first thing to talk about is price. The cellular Apple Watch starts at $100 more than the GPS one, which is a decent amount of money. But if that was it, it wouldn't be that bad. But you have to also add a data plan on top of that with your phone carrier. So most, if not all, carriers are $10 a month for the Apple Watch, which is steep and not cheap. That's not a good price in my opinion. It's unlimited data, but your watch can only use so much cellular data. I think US Cellular is $5 a month, and maybe you can get different promos from different carriers, but for all the major ones, including AT&T, which I have, it's $10 a month plus tax, I believe. So it's not cheap. So for 1 year, that's $100 plus $10 a month. That's $220 for 1 year, $340 for 2 years, and for 3 years, it is $460 total. That's not cheap, and that's pretty much the cost of another Apple Watch. I think it's worth it, but it's expensive. Now in terms of price, Amazon actually has the Series 5 for $100 off, so that pretty much evens out the original cost of the cellular, so it's a good time to buy it right now. And I'll leave links in the description for the best prices for the Apple Watch for you to check out. So here are all the benefits of having cellular. First, you and the people around you in your life can see your location at all times, if you choose to, and here's why that's beneficial. Find My Friends works with your Apple Watch, so if you were to lose your Apple Watch, you could find it. But also, when I go out for a run, my dad is able to see where I am on my run, and if I were maybe to be stopped for a very long time, he'd be able to see that, so you can see your location wherever you are. If you have Strava Summit, you can use the beacon feature, so people can see where you are on your route, and you can communicate with them, and you can stay safe, and you can see if you are lost. So the ability to have your current location tracking and shared with other people is a great safety measure. You can also see where you are on maps. So when I'm in New York City visiting my sister, I get lost all the time, and Maps is always there to help me figure out where I'm going. And sadly, even though the default model has GPS, you can't get map data while you're running in terms of like looking to see where you are and figure out your route. Now there are workarounds. Apps such as Work Outdoors will allow you to cache an area, GPS area on your phone, and then it'll transfer to your watch. So you can get your location data where you are, but it can't give you turn-by-turn directions or anything like that, which the cellular Apple Watch can actually do, which is great. And again, I've never gotten permanently lost because of this watch with its map and cellular abilities, which is great. Secondly, you can stream music, podcasts, some sports on demand using your Apple Watch. So the Apple Watch Series 5 has 32 gigabytes of storage built in, so that's plenty if you want to download your music to your watch ahead of time, and then you can have tons of podcasts and music and audiobooks stored on your watch that you can use with your earbuds. But if you are somebody that might want something more spontaneous or be able to change and choose whatever you want on your run, with the cellular one, you can tell Siri to play whatever song you want, whatever podcast, although it's very hard to find exact podcasts using this with Siri. You can also listen to audiobooks. Those are all amazing features that you can get with streaming on your Apple Watch. Now Spotify does not support downloading nor streaming, so this is Apple Music, and of course Apple Music is another cost. But if you're already a subscriber, the ability to pull up any song you want or pretty much any podcast and stream it while you're on the go is amazing. Now with something like Audible or audiobooks, you have to have that downloaded ahead of time, so having the cellular Apple Watch doesn't have any benefit for audiobooks. Next is text and calls. So calls, you can use the speaker on here, but it's very annoying to run while you're talking, so having earbuds is awesome. And I've gone on runs before where I just talked for an hour to a friend and caught up with them. That is so cool, and it really makes the time pass quickly. That's something that you can do. Now it does kill your battery life, and you can't check on your run while you're on a phone call. You're locked onto the phone screen, which is annoying. But that's like the best case scenario. But also if you're lost, and you need to call somebody, or somebody just needs to contact you quickly, or whatever, they can always get a hold of you as long as you have cellular connection, which is incredible. Like, that's such a great safety feature. Additionally, if somebody texts you, you can get the text and you can respond to them with Scribble or dictation and tell them, or you can have Siri text or call somebody. It's really awesome, and several times I've had something important communicated to me while I was on a run and needed to like turn back early, stuff like that. That's a huge safety feature and a great convenience feature, and also just an amazing feature if you just want to catch up with somebody on a run. And finally, there is just Siri in general. So I've used Siri in weird circumstances. I've like checked the weather for later on in the day while I was running. I've checked stocks while I was running. I get notified if like my sell limit on a stock goes off, and it's pretty cool to get notifications from my phone even if I'm 10 miles away, just because of cellular. I have pulled up sports scores. Siri can pull up limited websites in Google search results. I've defined words. I've done a lot of weird things with Siri just on a run, random. Those things aren't totally necessary, but you can do that because Siri does work on the cellular Apple Watch. So at the end of the day, you're paying a huge luxury for this feature. If you want the whole experience, you need a $100 more expensive watch. You pay $5 or $10 a month. You have Apple Music, which is a monthly subscription, and you probably have a pair of AirPods or other wireless earbuds. That's just a lot of money. It's a huge convenience feature. But if you're already using Apple Music and you already have AirPods and you already are going to get an Apple Watch for your runs, and maybe you can even afford it, the cellular Apple Watch, I couldn't go back to not having it. I've gotten lost too many times, and I just love staying on top of my notifications just in case, and being able to do phone calls and play whatever song I want, stuff like that. It's totally not necessary because you can use apps like Work Outdoors to cache your GPS data, and you can download music and podcasts ahead of time. You're just missing out on kind of like the safety features. But again, it is a great safety feature to be able to leave your house without your phone and pretty much do everything you need except take a picture, take a video, stuff like that. So the Apple Watch with cellular is great. It's amazing. It's huge convenience and safety, but it's not absolutely necessary, and it's a pricey option. Anyway, if you're interested in the Apple Watch or AirPods or anything like that, I'll leave links to everything down below. If you buy using that link, I'll get a small percentage back, which will help out the channel. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like because that helps the YouTube algorithm and the channel will grow because of it. Leave any comments or questions you have down below, and we'll see you in the next video.